Very good. So Prabhatam to KN. Suddenly life married. Some time back, this was good evening for you. Now it's good morning for you. That's how life changes. Very good. Let's start. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Medeva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam Vishaje Bhavaroginam Gurave Sarva Lokanam Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Sadashiva Samarambham Shankara Acharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Rutismati Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankara Acharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashyakatam Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punaha Ishvaro Guru Ratmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavatyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murte Namaha Apara Karuna Sindhum Jnanadam Shantarupinam Sri Chandrasekhara Gurum Pranamami Mudanmaham Om. All chant Em Brahma loudly. Em Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunmanti Nimyaistamaihi Medai Sangha Padakramo Panishadair Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyana Vastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidusura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha Om Sri Krishnaya Paramatmane Namaha. Now the 6 slokas. Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha Sri Saraswati Namaha Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Teshamevanukam partham Aham Gnānam tamaha Nashayamyatma bhavastha Jnanadipena bhasvata Jyotishamaphi tajyotihi Tamasah paramuchyate Jnanam gneyam jnanagamyam Hri sarvasya vishtitam Nahi jnanena sadrisham Pavitramiha vidyate Tatsvayam yoga samsiddha Kalenatmani vindati Jnanena tu tadajnanam Esham nashitam Tesham adityavajnanam Prakashayati tatparam Ethaidhamsi samidhognihi Bhasmasat kurute Arjuna Jnanagni sarva karmani Bhasmasat kurute tatha Yasya sarve samarambhaha Kama sankalpa varjitaha Jnanagni dagdha karmanam Tamahu panditam buddhaha Om Shanti 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 Atha Srimad Bhagavad Gita Chaturthodhyayaha Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yogaha Om Narayana Parom Vyaktate Andamam Vyakta Sambhavam Andasyantasvi Me Lokaha Saptadvipa Cha Medini Om. Let's stand sloka number 36. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Api Chedasi Papebhyaha Sarvebhyah Papa Krittamaha Sarvam Jnana Plavenaiva Vrijinam Santarishyasi. Together, very, very important, powerful. It's called CBM. You know what is CBM? CBM stands for, there are two ways you can CBM. Confidence building measure. This sloka builds confidence in all of us that anybody can get jnanam and get moksham. The worst sinner can do. And it is like the ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missile. This sloka is like a missile which will destroy all the what? Papas and finally even Ajnanam. Krishna Suprabhatam. Everybody can qualify for Jnanam. Greatest, greatness of Jnana Marga. Please understand, you have to come to Jnana Marga. For that, there are a lot of requisites. We'll discuss that today for 2 minutes, then go to the next shloka. Once again, all of you please remember this shloka and chant it again. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Api Chedasi Papebhyaha Sarvebhyah Papakrittamaha Sarvam Jnana Plavenaiva Vrijinam Santarishyasi Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Marjivi, good evening. Morning class, now you're missing. So, Bhagavan says that even the worst sinner, if the person, you should add now, if the person decides to take the U-turn, see, it's impossible. Okay, out of town. Okay, very good. Anyway, if you're traveling also, you can see. That is the beauty, internet, everything is E only, you can see. So, please note this very carefully. What Bhagavan has not added, which is because there is no space to add this particular portion, that person should have the willingness to change. That means what? Person should, first of all, understand that I am not in the right direction and I need to change. And goes to the right guru, then what happens? The person is put back on the path to reformation. In US, in Canada, all reforming camp, reformation camp. That reformation camp is only for the person to come back and lead a normal life. But what Bhagavan is saying in Bhagavad Gita is total transformation, not just reformation. It is transformation and correction. That means what? Not going back, correct. So there, they'll have to, you've seen a lot of cases, they'll go outside, they'll come back to reformation camp again. Up and down. It is not like that here. Once you get into this path, it will lead you to moksha. Clear? First point. Second thing is, see, how to start? Where do you start? GNVR, how do you start? See, it's like this. Many people try and fiddle with some new equipment, trying to repair. And I can try. Sometimes some equipment will try to repair. Generally, we'll try that. Without looking at the manual, you will go and try. Finally, whole thing will be a mess. Now you'll be tearing your hair. What happened? Then somebody will say, they gave a manual, right? Please look at the manual. You look at the manual, it will be clearly told what to do. Then when you look at the manual and follow the steps, you can solve the problem. Yes or no? Like that, our problem is we try our own thing without even understanding the wonderful manual called the Vedas. Is condensed in Bhagavad Gita. It has been further condensed into our daily activities by Rishis as is given to us. This is the greatest, what? I mean, you cannot even repay the debt that has been given clearly in written form, practical form, everything has been given. We don't want to follow that. Correct? Yavano, Vandana, some bald-headed fellow, some turban comes and says you follow that. Please go back to the Vedic way of life. And this Vedic way of life is for everybody. It is not only for a select few. All wrong propaganda. Only some people can. See, the Vedas are for everybody. Shanno astu dvipade shanchatushpade. Are you getting the point? That means what? Including animals also. Chatushpadena, who has got 4 legs? Unless we are all 4-legged animals, there are beings with 4 legs, correct? So, for everybody, there is a path. And so, but you have to know what is the right path for you. A path for A will not be the right path for B. Will not be the right path for C. Clear? So, connect this shloka, I'll give the reference itself, with what Bhagavan will say later. Sve sve karmani abhirataha siddhim vindati manavaha. That particular, what, anybody can put the reference there? Connect the shloka there. So, Bhagavan clearly says, you can come back to the right way and get to moksha, provided you follow the ordained duties as prescribed in the Shastra. Chapter 4, shloka 36. That's not the shloka. Sve karmani abhirataha. No. Now, today we are doing 4th. That's a different one. The shloka I'm referring right now will come later. Na GNVR, reference board. So, Bhagavan clearly says that what has been ordained for you, you follow that. Don't need to jump. I will do that. Why don't I do that? No. Everybody cannot do everything. And so Bhagavan says that even the worst sinner, of all sinners, 1845. Pathingala, correct. Radhasagar, all of you mark reference for this particular shloka. Put reference 1845. All of you go turn to 1845. Now we'll chant the shloka now, so that you all know how to connect a shloka to another shloka. This is the way to study Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Sve sve karmani abhirataha samsiddhim labhate naraha swakarma nirata siddhim yatha vindati tachrunu. I'm waiting for the 18th chapter already. Again, so nice. All entire summary will come there. So Bhagavan says, everybody achieves perfection through devotion to the ordained duties allotted to you. Are you getting the point? No, Vijayarajan, you are not understanding? No. So we have to clearly know what does Shastra prescribe for me. And you follow that. Once you keep following that, wonderfully, you will realize the divinity within yourself. In the morning, we discovered, no? Where is divinity? Where is Bhagavan? 𝐒𝐴𝐤 𝐊𝐚𝐫𝐚. See? So the amsham is there within us. And so to discover that, you have to only unlearn. The path of Vedanta is unlearning the wrong things. It is not finding new things. You don't need to go and discover new things, create new things, create some new re-engineering, create some new art. Follow systematic path of discovery, the path of self-discovery. And that path is created only by the Vedic way. No other way can give it. So follow that. Clear, huh? Parango. Talking about divinity, Venkatesh Kailasanathan. See, today in the evening, if you see, you can see all planets in the sky, correct? It requires only an attitudinal change. For people that use tonight, you please go and see. Now, Madhukari, all the beauty is the moon is exactly in between Jupiter and Mars. Nah, Krishna here. Nah, Guru Chandra Mangala Yogam. This is very rare combination. Exactly in between. What does it signify? This is a time for our mind to have leadership with wisdom. This is how you start auto-suggestion and sit for 3 minutes. If you've got a terrace, go sit down and see that you're completely blessed by all the planets. And what else you discover? When you see all these planets, the planets have their own light. Raja Sagar, I'm already seeing that the sunlight that is there in US is now shining in the planets here. So nice. Jyotishamipi that Jyotihi. The mind will start getting elevated, pure. And then throughout the night, then what happens? You go to bed with a very divine thought. Get up early morning again. Nah. So there is so many ways from morning to night to connect with divinity. Entire creation is divine. 𝐿𝐵𝐚𝐲𝐚𝐫𝐚 𝐒𝐵𝐚𝐻 𝐺𝐠. The entire world is Trigunaatmikam. It is what? From Bhagavan only Satish Arthak says, yeah, 𝐿𝐵𝐻 𝐵𝐚𝐲𝐚𝐫𝐚. And Bhagavan says, Mama Maya, his Maya only is world. That means what? There is a divine aspect to creation. If you recognize the divinity, you get the right way. You will get out of all the problems, what all has been done till now. If you get stuck in the what seemingly ensnarling aspects, then you will go to netherworld. NRS clear alya. Tulya drishti, I told, drishtim gnānamayim krutva pashyet brahmamayam jagat. So the same light you can now realize divinity. The same light, Vinod, you can also go and see film. Correct? What you can do. So connect with divinity. Clear? Are you clear? So what is the path? Shloka number 36, Bhagavan is clearly confirming, reaffirming that everybody can what? Vrijinam Santarishyasi, you can cross over the entire ocean of sin. But for that, you have to follow the right path. You cannot think one day, get up one day and think, I'll follow this path. Somebody went to Ramana Maharshi. They said, we are all going, sir, to that ultimate. Then those days, Ramana Maharshi was speaking. Ramana Maharshi then asked, which way are you going? Do you know which path you are taking? Do you know, are you on the right path? No, NKV, sir. He asked, are you on the right path? Simply going doesn't help. You should know you're on the right path. Without knowing the route, if you start driving, suddenly they will say you are exactly 100 miles away on the other side of where you wanted to reach. Correct? Even for driving, you have to look at the route map. Similarly, for the great journey that you have to take, you have to look at the right map, which is the map given by the rishis. Clear? Nagaraj, So this is the path. And so make sure. Are you all very clear why this? No, tasmat vaidika dharma marga parata vidvattam asmat param. Acharya says, Viveka Chudamani, if you are really able to understand this path and follow it, that itself means you are blessed. For the person who gets the right guru, the right shastras and determination to follow the path, let me tell you, 70% you already won. Remaining 30% only implementation. What, Ritujiraval? Correct? No? In a project plan is most important. Implementation will become easy. Correct? To make the project plan is most difficult. So please understand. And so next question comes. How is it, sir, that if you get Gnanam, all the karmas will be burnt? Correct? No? We are struggling so hard with all the karmas that are binding us from morning to night, day in and day out, week after week, year after year. So many ups and downs in life. How is it that by getting Jnanam, you will become totally free? See, Bhagavan told, if you get Jnanam, you can cross over the ocean of samsara. How is it possible? Answer is given in the next sloka. Now let's stand the sloka number 37. This sloka you're all chanting. Correct? Weekly you're chanting in 4 times a week. So let us stand together. No need to know. Teach you once. Naveen, Balvat, you're not well, having some cold. Looks like he's wearing a lot of cap and all. Okay. Let us stand together. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. All of you switch on cameras. Mulund Venkatraman, Atmanathan, Sridhar Bangalore, Parvati, Pavitra, Padmavati, all of you, camera off. I'm seeing everybody. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha 𝐒𝐡𝐚𝐬 𝐊𝐚𝐵𝐚 Bhasmasat kurute Arjuna Jnanagni sarva karmani Bhasmasat kurute tatha. Together. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha 𝐒𝐡𝐚𝐬 𝐊𝐴 Bhasmasat kurute Arjuna Jnanagni sarva karmani Bhasmasat kurute tatha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hey Arjuna, Bhagavan says, the fire of knowledge. So knowledge is compared to fire. That means don't feel scared. Compared to fire. There is one statement in Sanskrit I told you, Now what is Venkatran Mulunda? Upama eka deshaha. Write down. That means what? You only take one aspect when a comparison or a simile is given. What does fire do? Fire totally destroys or eliminates or burns down, right? Only that aspect you take. Don't take that fire will come and burn you and all those things. Just like fire reduces any fuel you put. You put a fuel in fire, what happens? That fuel will be burnt into ashes. It can be a stick, it can be anything, correct? Similarly, anything. The beauty is you can put anything. Okay. Similarly, the fire of knowledge compared to fire, Jnanagni. What does it do? It burns off all your karmas. What are the karmas? Write down now. There is what is called as Sanchita karma. There is Prarabdha karma. There is Agami karma. 3 types of karma. Put a timeline to your karma. Sanchita karma is the historical accumulation of all the karmas. From the Prarabdha karma, one small has come into this life. And then what you're doing with that particular small grain you have taken this life, creating multiple karmas, is Agami karma. So once you get Jnanam, Sanchita karma is completely burnt. How is Sanchita karma completely burned for a Jnani but not for Ajnani? A Jnani loses or disconnects from the thought of I am the doer. Ahamkar, mamakaram totally is erased. When ahamkar, mamakaram is totally erased, the ownership of all the karmas that are done historically, historically only, correct? Accumulated over many thousands of janmas, is disconnected. Clear? Are you clear? So that is what is being told poetically, that the entire Sanchita karma will be burnt. Then what happens? Agami karma. What is Agami karma? Whatever I'm doing in this life, there will be reaction. Please understand. Every action has got an equal and opposite reaction, whether you like it or not, want it or not, believe it or not. So once again, because ahankaram is not there for the individual, it will not affect the person's mind. One way. Second way, for really realized Jnana Purusha, or even see who are the person, whatever good karmas a person does after getting Jnanam, and again, will go to all his well-wishers and followers. By chance, without knowing or unknowingly, person does. I told you, while walking on the road, you may stamp an ant or some papa karma. Even that is papa karma. When Jnani does also papa karma. But what will happen to that? It will go and stick to people who are against the person. The Shastra is the way the Shastra says. So karma gets distributed. The karma of a Jnani after getting Jnanam gets distributed. What? Between the people who are his followers and who are Dushana பண்றாங்க இல்லையா? அதான் இத பத்தி ராம் சுப்பு சிங்கேரி ஆச்சாரியால் ஒரு 1 hour உபன்யாசம் பண்றாங்க. He has given a very good explanation. So he says there is no way that you can get rid of any papam if you do with respect to a jnani. If you do any dushanam or any, what is it in English? Dushanam na. No, you really deride the person or make false accusation against a jnani. You cannot. There's no solution for that. Some way it will come back and hit that person. So be very careful. At the same time, when you follow the right person, jnani, you will get all the benefits. So please understand, Upanishad mantra is there for this. It says very clearly, if you go to a real jnani and submit to a jnani and NRS, not only will you get worldly pleasures that you're seeking, but also you will get the final thing called moksha, the greatness of a jnani. So be clear that person who gets jnanam, only by jnanam you can burn all your karmas to ashes, neither by karma, nor by upasana, nor by japa, nor by dhyanam, nor by namasankirtana, nor by harikatha, nothing. Only by jnanam. That is why we are chanting the 6 slokas or not. Each and every sloka explains the mahima of jnanam and jnani. So one of them is yathedhamsi samidhognihi bhasmasat kurute arjuna jnanagni sarva karmani bhasmasat kurute tatha. Yatha tatha. Yatha tatha arka ilya. So just like that, tatha, it will do that. Now, padavibhaga anmaya. Yatha edhamsi. Write down. Edhamsi is a very nice word. Yatha edhamsi samidhaha. Samidhaha agnihi. Samidhaha agnihi. Bhasmasat kurute. Hey Arjuna. Jnana agnihi. One word. Sarva karmani. Bhasmasat kurute tatha. Anmaya. Hey Arjuna. Hey Arjuna. Jnana agnihi. Jnana agnihi kurute. Sarva karmani. Bhasmasat. Clear? Sarva karmani bhasmasat is together. Yes or no? In the 3rd padam and 4th padam. But when we are chanting, we don't know they are connected. Rajan sir. Jnana sarva karmani. Separate solidron. Bhasmasat kurute tatha. Right? But when you come to the meaning, they should be co-joined. Clear? Sarva karmani bhasmasat. Clear? Tatha yatha. Where is tatha? Where is yatha? Yatha is in the first word of the first padam. Yes or no? Tatha is the last word of the last padam. You put in two corners. Yatha tatha. That's annoying money. No? So, correct. Called syntactical rearrangement. Okay. So, tatha yatha, just as. Tatha, just yatha, as. Okay. Just as tatha yatha, samidhaha agnihi kurute edhamsi bhasmasat. Anvaya, I'll do again. All of you note down again. Ahe Arjuna, Jnanagnihi kurute sarvakarmani bhasmasat tatha yatha samedha agnihi kurute edhamsi bhasmasat. You can also do another way. See, in Anvaya, it's not only one way. You can slightly rearrange if you want. You can say yatha. You can also do yatha samidha agnihi kurute edhamsi bhasmasat tatha jnana agnihi kurute sarva karmani bhasmasat. But yatha tata you can replace where you want. But for no comfort's sake, we have put yatha tata exactly in between. So you can take yatha on one side, tatha on the other side. You know, not tata, tatha, yatha, tatha. Tata will be talidu other vishyo. But on there, here yatha and tatha. You know, now meaning. So, please understand what are the fundamental building blocks for getting rid of your complete karma phalam. You have to get into a state or a status, you can say that. Sarva karmam, that phalam should get destroyed. Sarva karma phala nashaha. See, here please note down very clearly, Rajasagar. Difference between a karma yogi and a jnani. A karma yogi does sarva karma phala tyagaha. Now you see how you move from being high school to college to postgraduate to postdoctorate. See how the Vedanta moves. Are you getting the point? When we talk about what? Karma yogi. What did Bhagavan say? We discussed different types of yoga, no? In this chapter. All forgotten now. So many types of yajna bhavana has Bhagavan not taught us. Yes or no? How many? Anybody did the table? At least 15 types are there. I told you to choose 2 of them at least and practice rigorously. That becomes karma yoga for you. When you follow karma yoga only, you will get chitta shuddhi. Otherwise, you will get karma bandham. What is the sloka which says if you don't do karma yoga, you will have karma bandham? Anybody? Meenakshi madam? Yajnarthat karmano nyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma 𝐒𝐚𝐫𝐚 muktasanga samachara. Connect the sloka there. Anybody? Refer the sloka. So, any action done without karma yoga bhavana will be binding. So, Bhagavan said, do karma as karma yoga. Yajnarthat karmanaha anyatra. I hope you all remember this. Anyatra karmanaha. That means what? Any other karma means what? Karmas that are done without the karma yoga or the yajna bhavana will be bandhakam. Satishware, bandidra, 3rd chapter ke? Nobody is still putting the reference. Yajnarthat karmanaha anyatra karmanaha lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham. Therefore, do karma yoga. Tadartham karma 𝐒𝐚𝐫𝐚 muktasanga samachara. Without attachment to the results of action. Move from karma, being karmi to karma yogi. Clear? First step. 3-9 Venkatran Munandappa. Senior person is not able to locate it quickly. I told in the same form only. Sharp all of you camera on panle GNVR, Lalitanga Raju, Meenakshi Vinod, Ramamani madam, and camera on pannuva. Okay. Clear? Are you getting the point? Hari Padavana? So the first step, so you follow this beautifully, 36 to 37. The first step is you follow your Nitya Karma. And then move from Nitya Karma to Karma Yoga. Because if you don't do Karma Yoga, you'll get bound. So first step is Karma Phala Tyagam. Karma Yogi, you only give up what? Whatever happens, I'm saying, so please, I'll not do it, I'll give to Bhagavan. Whereas, Jnani, what does he do? Venkatesh Kailasanathan? Jnani burns off everything. No trace. No trace of any karma phalam. Totally burned to ashes. When something is burned to ashes, can you go and recover anything from that? Nah. So like that, a Jnani will burn all the karmas to ashes. That means figuratively. That means what? It becomes what? Impotent. The karma phalam loses its potency to give reaction to the individual. I give an example. When a normal seed is thrown in the field, it will become a shoot and a plant. Yes or no? The same one you boil, put it in a cooker or boil and then throw it in the seed, will be able to germinate. Similarly, roasted seed, correct. All examples. So we all know coffee roasted seed and coffee, how well you roast it. Now, we used to go to the coffee shop and see how there is roasting it. Time nowadays, no time. Whatever they give, we put it in the box and come. Correct? Childhood days. Satish, correct? We'll go and personally see. Despite now, particular type of coffee, seed, you'll roast it. That only we know how to roast. You have to roast our what? Karma phalam. So Bhagavan says here, hey Arjuna, you have to move from what? Karma phala tyagam to karma phala nasham. Write down, very important stage. And for that, you need attitude. Write down. You had right action plus right attitude gave up the karma phala ownership. Karma phala tyagam. Here, next stage of Gnānam is added, and so karma phala nasham. Are you getting the point? From karma to karma phala tyagam to karma phala nasham. And what happens? So sanchita karma is gone. Prarabdha karma, the person will have to undergo. Seemingly for the world, the person is undergoing prarabdha karma, but the person is totally dissociated from the physical elements of the body. So internally the person has no what? Attachment to the karma phalam. The external world will be saying, even a jnani will get fever. Jnanigu fever barbodo, avrgu roga barbodo, enadu agbodo. Adrinda even jnani ella anta helakagalla. For us, we are seeing the physical body is undergoing all the trouble. The person is detached from what? Both sthula shariram and sukshma shariram. Understand that very clearly. So any impact of the prarabdha karma won't affect the individual. And what happens to agami karma? Just now I told, no? Agami karma will be divided into two and distributed beautifully. The karma devata and devata irukanga. Please understand. This karma devata is what is represented in your court. 𝐉𝐚𝐲𝐚𝐫𝐚 ಹಾಕಿದಾರಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಫೋಟೋ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇದೆಯಾ? They will close the eyes of the karma devata, that ನ್ಯಾಯ devata and ಬೇರೆ. It's called ನ್ಯಾಯ. Have you seen that? Have anyone got time to see that? When you go to court in India, in US they won't do it. For them, no, there is no God. I forget about them. But they will put that jury. That means what? Balance and the eyes are tied. Why eyes are tied? Because it will be given directly to the person who needs it without any fear or favor. Similarly, karma devata is nothing but nyaya devata in subtle form. It will go and distribute the karma beautifully of this jnani after getting jnanam to people. Similarly, all the karma is coming to us in different forms. So please understand. So that is what you have to understand. How here, Arjuna, Jnanagnihi. It is not a small fire which can easily be put off. That Agni will go and burn off all the karmas. It's called the huge fire of knowledge. Write down. Jnanagnihi is a huge fire of knowledge. Kurute. Kurute means it does. What does it do? Bracket reduces. It does something. What does it do? It reduces sarva karmani bhasmasat. Sarva karmani, all karmas bhasmasat, into ashes. Yeah. So the Jnanagni, the huge fire of knowledge, will what? All the karmas means what here? Venkatesh. Both punya karma and papa karma. So this is where the problem will come. Sir, punya karma, please don't burn, sir. Phalam. Papa karma, phalam you burn. That's fine. Correct? Why should I accumulate punya karma? If I accumulate punya karma, phalam, what will happen? What will happen? Once again, will be born. And no guarantee. G. Kumar will be always in travel mode. No chance to study Vedanta. Then travel, big travel will come. Take the big travel and catch the next bus. Some time back, you had only catch 3 buses to go to a place. If flight la barak panchalwa, atra one bus idu bus idkonu hogta ide. Atra we should keep on catching bus after bus and continue janma. So please understand that both punya karma and papa karma will have to be totally destroyed to ashes. So punya pape vidhuya. Parishad mantra says, for a jnani, person goes beyond punyam and papam. So write down punya karmani api in Sanskrit. Sarva karmani means what? Punya karmani api. Another shloka you have to connect to this particular shloka. Finally, Bhagavan is going to say the final shloka of the Gita Shastram. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyaha mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. All of you chant this, right? Mamta Patil. Some people have built this habit of chanting this after every chapter. Nice. It's not a problem. Enna solrar Bhagavan? Venkataram mulanda. Solrar Sarva dharman parityajya. Sarva dharman means what? Sarva karman means what? Both punya karma and papa karma. You have everything and come to me means what? Come to me means what? I go and hug Krishna Paramatma. Krishna irukara, wait pannirukara. Venkatesh Kailasan hug pannikkiradhukku. Maam ekam sharanam vraja. So dedicate and get into Gnānam. From Gnānam only Aikyam will happen. Clear? So sarva karmani bhasmasat. So papa karmani, punya karmani api. Add that. Okay. That is why when Nachiketas went to Yamadharma Raja, Meenakshi Madam, you know what question you put to Yamadharma Raja? Beautifully, you know what he said was, I've heard that there is something that is beyond both punyam and papam, dharmam and adharmam. Because we know only two things. We know only dharma is adharma. It's olledu kettadu. It's chanagide chanagilla. But there is something beyond the pair of opposites. I have heard from somebody. You please explain that to me. Write down. Anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat, anyatra asmat krita kritat, anyatra bhutacha bhavyacha, yattat pashyasi tadvada. He's asking Yamadharma Raja. Friend over here, Ushaya, pathingla. How to make friend with Yamadharma Raja? Ask him these questions. He says, Yattat pashyasi, you have seen that. You know that Atman, which is beyond both dharma and adharma. Anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat. Meenakshi Madam, Adachida Mantram 2:1-2:14 Bargo. Anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat. Anyatra asmat, that means it is beyond anything that you can imagine. Krita kritat, that is beyond doing and non-doing. That's why I say keep Upanishad books with you. Connect and refer, put all the references, later sit down and study. This sloka has got so much of depth. Anyatra asmat krita kritat, anyatra bhutacha bhavyacha. It is beyond time. This doesn't belong to the past, the present or future. Yat tat pashyasi. I know, you know that. You have seen that. Seen that means what? You understood that. Tad vada, you tell me that. Nagaraj avare, Yella kota, Yamadharma Raja, no Swarga kota, Ramba kota, Urushi kota, Yella kota. I don't want anything. You tell me that only. Anyatra dharmat, anyatra dharmat. Like that, determination should be there to get Gnānam. Then only you will get this Gnānam. Such a beautiful shloka. So, sarva karmani bhasmasat. So, punyam papam. Punya pape vidhuya. A person goes beyond punyam and papam. And tatha yatha. Just as what? One example is given. Samidhaha agnihi. Samidhaha means what? Well kindled. What is the meaning well kindled? That means what? You have to prepare your sukshma shariram. We are discussing all this in the morning class. Please attend morning class. Those skipping morning class are losing a lot. The sukshma shariram is well prepared. And once it gets the jnanam, well kindled, that means what? You cannot throw a stick with a lot of water into the fire. Will it burn? It will put out the fire. Famous, correct? Agni yada kashtabattu vallatamnaga, there are people to put out the fire. So if the fire should not be put out, that means what? The mind, the Jnanagni has to shine brilliantly, means mind has to be prepared. That is why in spite of telling Jnana Yoga, Jnana for no centuries, வெங்கடரமணன் எவ்வளவு பேர் ஞானம் அடைஞ்சிருக்காங்க சொல்லுங்க. எவ்வளவோ மகான்கள் சொல்லிட்டே இருக்காங்க, யுக யுகமா சொல்லிட்டு இருக்காங்க. என்ன யுகாதி வர போறது ரவியஞ்சி அவரே, யுக யுகವಾಗಿ ಯುಗ ಯುಗಾದಿ ಕಳೆದರು ಯುಗಾದಿ ಮರಳಿ ಬರುತ್ತಿದೆ. Coming again and again, every year is passing. So many Mahans are telling about Jnanam. Have you got Jnanam? Why? Because the mind is not well prepared. That is why karma anushtanam, nitya karma every day is very important. Otherwise, any amount of try to put it on top, it will not stick. So that is why well kindled. So every word is very important. Samidhaha means what? Samidha means what? Samyaka iddaha. It is well kindled agnihi. Clear? The agni also should be well kindled. The material that you put also should be proper. That means what Bhagavan is saying, the Jnana Agni also should be mature. It should go through all the disciplines before it shines brilliantly. It is not something that Agni that will just be put off suddenly. You get Agni now, that Jnana Agni, tomorrow you see something, Agni adu, Jnana Agni adu, Jnana adu. Forget about Jnanam. Nah, we will get into this world, correct? It should not be like that. That's why well kindled fire. Clear? So it should not be a small flame. See, I told you, Jyotisham Tesham Evanakam Parth. Go and study the Shankara Bhashyam for that. That Acharya says beautifully. It is not a small fire. It should be a huge bonfire which will engulf everything. So, but if you don't follow the right path, if you don't follow the right path of Guru, Shastram, Bhagavan, and try to do some other thing, this will happen. You will neither get the right path nor will get Jnanam. So, Samidhaha Agnihi, a well-kindled fire, Kurute, reduces what? Edhamsi bhasmasat. Edhamsi means the fuel. Clear? Bhasmasat, into ashes. Clear? Just like a well-kindled fire reduces the right fuel into ashes, similarly, the Jnana Agni, that means what? The fire of knowledge is poetical. It's not that it's going to go and burn. First of all, is karma and karma phalam matter? Is it the physical matter? It is gross? It is not gross. It is subtle, correct? Sukshmam. So you cannot go and put actual physical fire and burn it. Are you getting the point? Many people thought, how do I burn the fire? Take the fire and go and search of my karma phalam. Can you go on taking a fire and search for karma phalam? It's poetical. So you understand that it is totally erased. You all know, erased without trace being done. Clear? That means what does it mean? You have to dedicate to Dhyana Markam. So do karma properly. Then do karma as karma yoga. Then study, get chitta shuddhi. Then Vedanta Shastras. Study and get Jnana. Can keep on repeating n number of times. Like nursery rhymes mari. Baba Black Sheep, what you studied in nursery, you forgot, forgot, right? For grandchildren, great time we teach. Like that, we'll keep on saying this. But we will not get into the system. So pray to Bhagavan today. Ratha Saptami day. Let's hope that with the fire of Surya Bhagavan Anugram, we'll get this Jnana. Clear? Now, so then now the question comes. Is there any other way to get this moksham? Or burn all this? No, sir, there is any other way, sir. They are saying this way is there, that way is there. Some engineering you do, something you do. Can you do it? Ram Subbu. Edad way irka. Bhagavan is answering that question. See how nicely Bhagavan is being built up. Namala build up lo prajname illa. Enna Ken? Bhagavan mari Gita build up another yaru kedadu. So Bhagavan says now the answer to the question is, what is the question? Is there any other way? Can I do bhajana and get moksham? Can I do Nama Sankirtana and moksham? Guru Rupan sir? Can I do Harikatha and get moksha? Elementary class. What does Bhagavan say now? Sloka number 38. Greatness of Jnanam. And only Jnanam can give that particular what? Moksham. Sloka number 30. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Nahi Jnanena Sadrisham Pavitramiha Vidyate Tatsvayam Yoga Samsiddha Kalenat Vindati. Today you see all the slokas we are chanting, the meaning is coming today. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Nahi Jnanena Sadrisham Pavitramiha Vidyate Tatsvayam Yoga Samsiddha Kalenatmani Vindati. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So, what does it mean? Finally, you become a very purified person, purified from all the karmas, correct? The karmas are sticking to us. That means some impurity is still there. So, the question is, how do you move from impurity to purity? Write down. You can get purity by various ways. By mantram, correct? By yantram, correct? Now, when you get something, you take water and apavitra, pavitrova. You can do that, right? You can also make something pure. Similarly, by chanting mantras, you can make the mananatu trajati mantraha. So by that, you can also get purity. By chanting sahasranamam, Ram Subbu, pavitranam pavitramyo mangalanam cha mangalam, you can get purity. Correct? But all that, punyavatan, you get purity. But all that is only temporary purity. Write down. It cannot totally make anything pure. It can make it pure for a functional aspect. So suppose you're going to offer something to Agni, you have to purify and offer it to Agni. Suppose you're going to do something to Puja, you're getting a flower also, you should do apavitra, then offer it to Bhagavan. Procedure is there. For Tantra, Mantra, Yantra, all procedure is there. Should not do Adda Diddi. Satishwara. When you go to Karma Kanda, it's very dangerous. You have to follow the rules and regulations properly. The person who is doing, what material you use, correct? When you do the puja, you're supposed to do Kalasha Puja, then Shankara Puja, and every time you're supposed to Prakshana. Make it pavitram, make it pure. But can all these things make you fully pure and bereft of all papam and punya karma phalam? It cannot do. They've got their limitations. They've got limitations. There's only one thing that can make you totally pure, and that is Gnanam. So Gnanam occupies the highest level in terms of purifying agent also. Many people think, sir, when I study, Gita, Jnana, Yajna, Vedanta, sir, I'm not getting punyam, sir. If I go and do some bhajana, I can do and sing some song and dance. Radha Sagar, they'll do dance like this and all. Then they think they're getting some punyam. But people don't understand studying Vedanta is the highest purifying aspect that you can do in life. I'm not saying this. Bhagavan is saying. So let us understand the meaning. Because you have to give some background, otherwise you won't understand the meaning of this sloka. Bhagavan says, indeed, not verily, 100%, 200%, there is no other purifier in this world like knowledge. Knowledge, the greatest purifier. Can never compare. Knowledge means what knowledge? Atma Vidya, Brahmavidya, Atma Gnānam, Brahma Gnānam. So, my Swamiji used to say, that when you dedicate to Vedantic study, there are two benefits you get. On the one hand, whatever punya karma you thought you were losing by not doing karma, also you'll be getting, because it is the biggest purifying agent. You'll also get moksham because you get jnanam, absolute clarity, what to do, what not to do. Kumarji, double benefit program. Clear? So Bhagavan says here that there is no other purifier in this world. That means what? You can go to all the 14 lokas. That is why even if you go to Brahma Loka, Priya, if you go to Brahma Loka also, you have to study Vedanta only to get moksha. You cannot stand upside down, do Shirasasana, Padmasana, you will not get moksha. So in all the worlds, nothing can be equivalent to Jnanam. Nahi Jnanena Sadrisham. There is no other purifier or purification, nothing equivalent to Jnanam. And how do you do it? You have to prepare it through proper yoga. Suddenly you cannot parachute into, you can sit down and study, but parallelly you have to start. You have to prepare properly by yoga. What yoga you have to do? First do karma yoga, then dhyana yoga. All that. Bhagavan is systematically leading you. Clear? By karma and upasana, karma yoga and dhyana yoga, you prepare. And where does jnanam arise? Ramesh Venkateshan? Jnanam engappa varudhe? Is it coming somewhere outside? It has to arise in the mind. So that mind has to be prepared through Karma Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, and finally studying Vedanta Shastram properly, systematically. Swamiji Silver again. Systematic study of Vedanta Shastras under a traditional competent teacher for significant period of time. இதெல்லாம் எனக்கு ராமநாமா மாதிரி அப்படியே டெய்லி தான் வந்துட்டு இருக்கோம். Please note down. We know this is the way to do it. No other way. Systematic study of the Vedanta Shastras under a traditional competent teacher. Two things are required. Traditional teacher, competent teacher for significant period of time. How many years it is? It is up to you. It can be 10 years, 30 years, 40 years, 10 janmas, 100 janmas. But there is no other way. Nanyah pantha vidyate yanaya. Nanyah pantha ayanaya vidyate. No other way. Nah. Better to have only one way. No? If you got multiple ways, always problem. Correct, Raja Sagar? There are always multiple opportunities. There's confusion. Correct? No, one toothpaste in there, choice is there. Son will say, I want that toothpaste. This person this toothpaste. Correct? From there, the problem starts. From morning itself. That's why even some people now started doing Veda Shakti. There is one toothpaste called Veda Shakti. You know that? So at least all of you will say, Veda Shakti is good. Let's go and Veda Shakti. So we have got multiple choices also problem. So just go on the path of Vedanta Shastram. Then you'll realize, unless you walk the path, you will not know. There's no point standing here and seeing, what that is going to happen. You have to tread the path. And so when you prepare the mind through yoga, this knowledge will arise. It will arise, 100% guarantee. It's all 200% Bhagavan's words. Then what Bhagavan says, it will arise in the mind, and he says, easily. That is why Chakkani Rajamargamu. Come to the right path and submit to Guru Shastram Bhagavan. Then that triad will take you off. Without your knowledge, you will be suddenly in no seat of moksha. Venkateshwaran CK, class correct regular miss clear? Dedicate. That's why we know in Dhyana Shloka, you remember? The 9 Dhyana Shlokas we categorized into what? Shastram Guru Bhagavan. Again, it is starting from there. It is continuing. So do that and you'll get it very easily. So Bhagavan says, Susukham kartum 𝐒𝐵𝐢. I'm giving from in between. Susukham kartum 𝐒𝐵𝐢. Bhagavan says, later is going to say, that is very easy way. You don't need to have any difficulty. Easily you will get it. Yes. Let us see whether people can say, I'm telling from in between. So let us see if we find out the shloka. Susukham kartum 𝐒𝐵𝐢. So it's very easy to attain. That reference you can have here. There are now padavibhaga anmaya na hi dhyanena sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate tat swayam yoga samsiddhaha. One word. Kalena atmani vindati. There are atmani 9-2. Very good. Venkatran Mulan, very good. So 9, or if you found out, Atmani, right on, Saptami Bhakti. In the mind only it has to arise. I keep repeating n number of times. The same mind which was outward going. The same mind which was getting into all trouble. There's nothing new that is going to be created. This mind only you have to rectify. And there's only one mind. Problem. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Only one mind which has to be corrected and brought to the right path. Clear? So it will arise in the mind, this mind only, the same mind only will arise. Okay. Now, Anmaya, he. Beginningly, he insulted Bhagavan. He vidyate na pavitram. Iha sadrisham gnānena yoga samsiddhaha vindati. Tat atmani swayam kalena. Now I'll categorize very important shloka. I'll make a distribution into 3 groups or 4 groups. Right on. First group. He vidyate na pavitram iha sadrisham gnānena. One group. Okay, the first group is this set of anvaya. Clear? Second, yoga samsiddhaha vindati. Second. Third, tat atmani. Third, fourth, Swayam Kalena. Clear? Now let us look at the meaning. We'll get more clarity. Are you able to get Anmaya, PBS team? You got Anmaya or not? Yes or no? Got it. Okay, very good. Now, he means what? Indeed. Indeed. So, indeed means what? Definitely, verily, vidyatena pavitram. There is no other purifier. Vidyate means it is not known. Na vidyate, vidyate na. So, you know of no other purifying agent. There is no other purifier. What? Indeed. Iha means what? In this world. In all the 14 worlds. What? Sadrisham Gnānena. Sadrisham means equivalent to. Sadrisham means what? Equivalent to. Like. Gnānena. Knowledge. Got the point? To understand the first part of the shloka is that indeed in all the 14 worlds apply. In this world, in all the 14 worlds, there is no other purifier equivalent or like Gnānam. Gnānam means what? Atma Gnānam, Brahma Gnānam. So Brahma Gnānam is not only a fire of knowledge that gives you moksham, it also is the greatest purifier of everything. See, there is purification rituals for doing various wrong things. Nagaraj avare, gohatya madadre purification madabeku. Okay. You know also that surapanam is a papam. Kumarjivi. You know what is surapanam? No. By mistake, you got bad company and you end up consuming alcohol. Surapanam is drinking alcohol. It's papam as per Shastram. Vedathula sonnapatta papam idella. So surapanam. If you have that, it's a papam, then you do purification, you do. There is a process for that. Then, like that, if you do all these things, there are different methods provided. Like somebody said, you have to go and bathe in the Ganges, you have to do some karma. So many things are there. But these kind of rituals can only destroy all this, this kind of papam, but it cannot destroy karma phalam. Please understand, all the karmas that you are doing can destroy only papa karmas, but cannot go beyond what? Anyatra dharmat, anyatra dharmat. Are you getting the point now? Because they also belong to the field of karma. From karma, you cannot get something that is beyond the boundary of karma. Jnanam is beyond karma. Are you getting the point? I hope you are the next level of understanding. By karma, you can never get Jnanam. I hope you are understanding. Others don't. For Jnanam, only studying Vedanta is possible. Na karmana na prajaya dhanena tyage naike na karmana. By karma, you can never get Jnanam. So please understand, only Jnanam, and by karma, you cannot burn off the what? Sanchita karma. Please understand, karmas can burn all the papas that you have done. Gohatya, Brunahatya, Brahmahatya, all those things, or whatever you have done. But it cannot burn what? The previous prarabdham that has been accumulated. How much of prarabdha karma you have got? Sugandhi Shankar, cholugo. How much of prarabdha karma you have got? If you know, you will faint. Billions and billions. Mountains, correct. You are very wealthy. All of us are very wealthy in terms of having karma phalam. Billions of dollars, Mary. Clear? We don't know. So only Jnanam can burn them. Are you getting the limitation now? Why I keep saying this? No? I keep saying the list, puja, dhyana, japa, tirtha, yatra. I keep on repeating it. No? Now you know. They have got limitations. Because they can operate only in the field of karma here. The karma phalam that is there, that is said to fructify sanchita karma, or even put in the field of action, they cannot go there. There, no? Fiefdom cannot be extended there. So that is why vidyatena pavitram iha sadrisham jnanena. Vidyatena pavitram, there is no other purifier iha in this world or even the 14 worlds. Sadrisham jnanena, equivalent to jnanam. Now you got the point? There is nothing that can be a purifying agent equivalent to jnanam in all the worlds. So, what we should do? What does it mean? The first part of the shloka, what does it say? I have to get jnanam. Yes or no? When somebody says that is amulyam, we say no, the most valuable, which cannot be measured, cannot attach a value. The most valuable thing, what you will say, I want to have it. Yes or no? So what is the most valuable thing in our life? What is the most invaluable thing in life? Jnanam, jnanam, jnanam. Please understand. Jnanam has the highest value. Not your car, bangla, diamond, merchant, all those things. No. So we have to aim for jnanam, right? We always work for getting highest value or not. Life will our goal should be to get jnanam in this life. How to do it? Yoga samsiddhaha. You have to prepare through yoga, which means what? This religious life, this karma yoga, whatever you want to do. Now, please, all of you, and I'm going to take 5 minutes more, very important. See, many people think, sir, we are not allowed to chant Vedas. So are we eligible for moksha? Sir, we are not supposed to do this karma. They say that you should not chant Gayatri Mantra. So can we get moksha? See, I want to ask all the people who have got this question, right? Your focus should be to get moksha or should be to get into some action? Please tell me, all of you. Many of you have got the doubts, right? Why all the restrictions are being put there? See, don't confuse the means with the end. The means are only the means. The end is the most important. Correct? For example, I'll give you an example. For example, only grihasthas can do homam. Sundar mama. If you don't get married, you will not do homam. I'm personal experience. So by doing a lot of homa, I get a lot of punya karma. So because I have not got punya karma, I am not able to do homam, will I be denied to get moksham, NRS? No. The same punyam you can get by doing japam. For japam, you don't need to be married. Are you getting the point? I don't know whether you're understanding what I'm saying. So, the karma, what you are doing, either Vedic chanting or Parayanam or Puja or Japa, Tirtha Yatra, Bhajana, what you are doing, but each one has got some level. Japam has got the most power. You know, Japam more and more, it gives you Chitta Shuddhi faster than anything else. And everybody can do Japam. Correct? Are you getting the point? So, everybody is eligible to go through Yoga Samsiddhaha. Write down. But the means are many. You take your ordained means. What is ordained for you? That Yoga Samsiddha you take. Goal is most important. Method will vary. Correct. Very good. Golden statement. So, what is ordained for you, take. If you take something that is not ordained for you, it will be detrimental. Point 1. Point 2. If you take even what is ordained and don't do it properly, it will also be detrimental to you. So take the means that are least problematic. What a smart person will do? When you want to go from point A to point B, you check in the route map, which is the most decongested route. Google map, you will want to go in a congested area. Similarly, you take the route which is easy for you and then reach the other side. Clear? So take, very good, please put in the next week, digest. Take the ordained route which is easy for you to do and do it correctly as per the rules and regulations. Don't skip anything. Clear? For example, without doing Sandhyavandhanam, Shiva Puja has no value. Kartal, if you don't do your Japam at home and then going to temple, no value. Going temple have no value. You have to do things first at home. Correct? Venkataraman sir? Sandhyavandhanam Brahmavidya no value. Please understand. So all these are wonderful. Tomorrow I will give you. Somebody asked Vijayendra, what is Brahmavidya? Tomorrow morning I will tell you what are the Panchamaha Yajnas you can do. Practically you can do. All of us can do. Because the Vedas say 40 samskaras one has to do. All of us cannot do 40 samskaras. Is that correct? No? What is the way out? Yoga Samsiddhaha. All is correct. Yoga Samsiddhaha. Preparation for Gnanam. So I'll tell you what is the Panchamaha Yajna, how to do all those things. Brahma Yajna included in that for everybody. So we'll discuss that tomorrow morning. And all questions, Ganesh Ramurthy, if you want answers, please come for the morning class. I reserved Saturday, Sunday morning for Q&A. I am not doing any Q&A during the this 4th chapter class and 5th chapter class. Be part of the Saturday, Sunday morning class. Who wants answers to questions, please come to that class. And I will not be answering questions individually. Any question, which one you put to me, I'll answer only in public. I don't have time for separately giving answers to individuals. Clear? So, Yoga Samsiddhaha. One of the best way to get Yoga Samsiddhaha, come tomorrow morning and learn. Pancha Mahayajna is the best way. Best way to prepare Gnanam. Okay? So, when you do that, Yoga Samsiddhaha Vindati. One attains. So, when you prepare properly, then you will get the result. Correct? All of us go back to childhood days. Unless you prepare for exam properly, can you get a proper result? If you don't prepare properly, what will happen? You will go and write entire answer paper. I don't know answer for this question. And somebody will write no Ramayana and all that. No answer paper and give it and come. விசித்திரமா நம்ம சிங்கேரியாச்சார சொன்னார் ஒரு வாட்டி 𝐉𝐚𝐲𝐚𝐫𝐚 told a story. So one boy went and took an examination, okay, and did very well, and he came back home very confident. I am going to get first rank, okay, and he said, declared, Venkatram Muland, he said, I am going to get first rank. அப்புறம் ரிசல்ட்ட பார்த்தனா நவீன் வெங்கட்ரமணி ஃபெயில்னு வந்துருது. நான் சொல்லல, ஆச்சாரியா சொல்றாரு. என்ன? So the person, what has happened? Venkatesh Kailasnathan, instead of taking the 7th standard question paper, which was 7th standard, he took 6th standard question paper and answered correctly. So what happened? Fail. You got the point. So don't try to do somebody else's profession, even though done well. Some other's profession is deficient. If you do your profession even a bit here and there, it is okay. Shreyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharmat su anushtitat pradharme nidhanam shreyaha paradharmo bhayavaha. Certain type of people are not supposed to get unnecessarily business, this transaction and all those things. Venkatesh Kailasnathan, they go into that and make a mess of themselves, their lives and their families, everybody. They destroy their whole kulam. So try to go back to what you are supposed to do. And what I'm supposed to do, Bhagavan is going to say. You have to be with Gita till 18th chapter, last sloka. It's going to guide you. What is the best thing for you to do? And unless you are doing this predominantly, NRS, I'm not saying no, you should do 100%. Predominantly, you do what you are ordained. Shreyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharmat su anushtitat. Please understand. All is part of Yoga Samsiddhaha. Vindati, one attains. Tat. Tat means that. What that? That knowledge. Write down. Tat Brahma Gnānam, Atma Gnānam. So when you prepare the mind properly through yoga, karma yoga, chitta shuddhi, dhyana, then go to Vedanta Shastra, study properly. The same mind which was going outward. Venkataraman sir, Paranchi khani vedadat swayambhuhu tasmat parang pashyatin antaratmanne kaschid dhiraha pratyagatmanam aikshate avritta chakshuhu amritatvam icchan. The person now is decided to go and focus on the ultimate amritatvam icchan. Person desirous of getting the amritatvam focuses on this, and so the same mind which is tamed, which is made pure, in that this knowledge, what will happen? Atmani. Atma means what? NRS? Atmana enna inga? Yara solringla paakalam. Atmana enna? Atma means mind. Very good, Venkataraman. I told you, the word Atma has got different meanings depending on the context. Atma means body. Atma means mind. Atma means intellect. Atma means Shuddha Chaitanyam. Here, Atmani, Saptami. In the mind, the Atmana enna? Not Shuddha Chaitanyam. Does Shuddha Chaitanyam need Brahma Gnānam? Let us put it other way. A simple question. Brahma Swarupamana and the Shuddha Chaitanya, does it need arising of new knowledge? Does the body need Gnānam? Physical body needs Gnānam? Neither physical body needs Gnānam, nor Shuddha. Who needs the knowledge? Atmani, the mind, in the mind. In the mind. So purify the mind. So what I told you, what is the path of message of Gita? purify through yajna, and what? Attain jnanam. I told one statement, no, Vinodji, remember? No? From yajna to jnana, from purity to perfection. Write down. Those are golden statements. The path of our life, the goal of life, how we should go. From purity to perfection. Ha, what a beautiful thing. Huh? So in Sukshma Buddhi, that will arise. And Drishyate tu Agriya Buddhihi Sukshmaya Sukshmadarshimihi. Enna? Meenakshi madam. Holo Upanishad mantra irukke. Drishyate tu Agriya Buddhihi Sukshmaya Sukshmadarshimihi. The mind has become very subtle to understand the nuances of Vedanta. It is not so easy to understand. Nah. So when the mind is tamed like that, the knowledge will arise. And then when the reference kadchida, Drishyate tu Agriya Buddhihi. Nake ni romba taffa irukla. Upanishad mantra idu. Drishyate tu Agriya Buddhihi. Agriya na sharpened mind. Buddhihi, the intellect. Sukshmaya Sukshmadarshimihi. Ability to grasp that subtle concept of Vedanta Gnanam is required to arise. Atmani. How it will happen? Swayam Kalena. Swayam means what? Easily. But you submit to this process. What? Kalena. Give it time. For all the things you are willing to give time. For Jnanam, you don't want. Sir, if you don't get in 1 month, sir, I will close Jnana and go back to something else. You cannot say that. இது வந்து பல ஜென்மமா பண்ணாத விஷயம். ஒரு ஜென்மத்துல அடையும் சொல்ல முடியாது. என்ன ரமேஷ் வெங்கடேஷன்? But if there is no pratibandhakam for jnanam, in this life itself we can get jnanam. புரிஞ்சதா? சாஸ்திரம் என்ன? டி வித்யாராஜராமன். If by your parabdha karma there is no pratibandhakam, means there is no opposition to get jnanam, then in this life only you can get it. Now who knows whether there is no pratibandhakam or not? Can should we keep on saying, no, in my Jatagam, it is not told, I will get Jnanam. You rewrite, you dedicate. If you are consistent, committed, constant, you will get Jnanam in this life. Then, it's all in your hands. Everything is in your hands. You have to dedicate. See, Guru is there, Shastram is there, right path is there, everything in Zoom is there, everything is there. Even then you will say you will not get Jnana, means who has to be blamed? Tell me. Bhagavan if Bhagavan comes in interview and says, I'll give Jnana, sir. Jnana, sir. First let me settle down, sir. We are still unsettled, sir. That is the problem we have. Swayam Kalena, easily in time. So Susukham Kartum Abhyayam. See how nice the path is. But you have to stick to the path. Vedanta Ruchi Varname. If you get Vedanta Ruchi, Laukika Ruchi will go away. No, Ji. Vedanta Ruchi Varno. Today our Ruchi is in Laukika Vishayam. That is why Nagarajari Swami Hilatara, Beligenda Sankala Vargo. No, Shankara Vasha Otta Irbeko. Suppa, Otta Idre on the Hatipasha Amele, Kalena Atmani Vindati. Now you understand why we selected these slokas? You should be wondering, sir, why did you select all these slokas, sir? You know the meaning of this and chant them. That will inspire you to stick to Vedanta Margam and get Jnanam in this life itself. So let us hope and pray to Bhagavan on this auspicious day that we all you need is, I should be dedicated to Vedanta. Rest will be taken care of automatically. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gita Samvatsara Vaibhavam. Who is chanting today? Chanter escape,
வெங்கடேஷ் கைலாசநாதன் ஜி நமஸ்காரம்.
அதான் கிளாஸ்க்கு வந்திருக்காரா? அதான் பார்த்தேன். என்னடா அது சூரியன் உதிச்சிட்டார் ராங் டைரக்ஷன்ல பார்த்தா. ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணுங்க. எல்லா கிளாஸும் வாங்க இதே மாதிரி. வெரி நைஸ்.
நமஸ்காரம் ஸ்ரூஜி. நமஸ்காரம் சார். ஓம் ஸ்ரீ கிருஷ்ணாய பரமாத்மனே நமஹ. அத சதுர்த்தோऽध्यायः ஞான கர்ம சந்நியாச யோகः. ஸ்ரீ பகவானுவாச்ச यज्ञात्वान पुनर्मोहम् एवं यास्यसि पाण्डव येन भूतान्यशेषेण द्रक्ष्यस्यात्मन्यथो मयि अपि चेदसि पापेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः पापकृत्तमः सर्वं ज्ञानप्लवेनैव वृजिनं सन्तरिष्यसि यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः कालेनात्मनि विन्दति श्रद्धावा लभते ज्ञानं तत्परः संयतेन्द्रियः ज्ञानं लब्ध्वा परां शान्तिम् अचिरेणाधिगच्छति अज्ञश्च श्रद्धधानश्च संशयात्मा विनश्यति नायं लोकोऽस्ति न परो न सुखं संशयात्मनः योगसन्न्यस्तकर्माणं ज्ञानसंच्छिन्न संशयम् आत्मवन्तं न कर्माणि निबध्नन्ति धनञ्जय। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। नमस्कारं।
Venkatesh Kailasanathan, you have come and chanted the present slokas. Very rarely people get opportunity. Current slokas are being chanted. What does it mean? It means Bhagavan is saying Sharan all the classes. That's what is the indication. So you do whatever you want at home. Come and attend all the 4 classes and make use of this wonderful opportunity. You got all the elements to get Jnanam. So focus. Focus is required. You allocate quality time. Okay, clear? Huh? See, whatever you remember, whatever we are doing, that portion only in Venkatesh chanted today. Very nice. Nice chanting. Continue all this good work. And so, Ganesh Ramurthy, if you want answers, please come for tomorrow morning class, 7:30 AM. Okay. I'll stop here and we'll continue tomorrow. Some small questions are left behind on the, Pitrakarma part, and then Panchamaha Yajna we'll take up tomorrow. Like that, you see, Yoga Samsiddhaha. Mamta Patil, ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ? Both Yoga Samsiddhaha, preparation for Jnanam as well as Jnanam, both you are getting correct. Radhasagar, 2 in 1. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Tatsat. Krishna 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 Shubhamastu Samasta Sanmangalani. Hari Om Narayana.